as much as I do not like many of these politicians because of the theatrics they always carry out, I always want a situation where the political ecosystem will thrive. This was why Jonathan was not doing well, and people were able to remove Jonathan because Jonathan did not muzzle, did not stifle opposition, and that is what Tinubu is doing. Yes, El-Rufai brought him there. Is it good for El-Rufai? Well, good for him. And as much as I do not really like El-Rufai because he's a controversial person that allowed so many Christians in southern Kaduna to be quiet, I still must say that Tinubu must allow him, be a citizen and contest, has his right to associate with whatever political party he wants to, and then if he wants to bring Tinubu government down, so be it. He has the right to, just like I also have the right to, associate with any political party and then vote there. Now, we all know that of recent, the Nigerian police force that I see as an arm of the executive government of Nigeria, and they are both clown in my own opinion, said that the ADC chairman of Kaduna State should bring El-Rufai to, the SCID for criminal investigation over what? That he was inciting the crowd, he was inciting people to rebel against government. To me, this is madness. This is madness. So you mean El-Rufai now does not have any political say again because he is not in APC? Now, this was what the Nigerian police had to say. You are requested to come along with them to SCID to clarify allegations reported against them by the complaints on the 8th of September 2025, as if they're talking to a small boy. Now, so El-Rufai, being a controversial person, will not take this easily, and then El-Rufai responded to the summon by saying that he condemned the police, for what he described as an embrace of lawlessness. He accused the security agency of obstructing legitimate political activities and undermining due process. The former governor also alleged that security operatives had earlier disrupted a planned meeting of his group, citing a court injunction that never was formally served. He insisted that no lawful order exists against him or his associates that could justify such actions. Now, to put it exactly as he said it, even if such an order exists, it must be legally delivered before it can take effect. That has not happened. El-Rufai was quoted to have said. And now, what happened? Some talks came there that were probably sponsored by the state governor, that El-Rufai single-handedly put there. Now, El-Rufai is now invited to come and face the music alone. You see what is going on? Nigeria is just like sitting on a keg of powder that can explode at any time, with the way Tinubu and Wike are going about their politics. So, in response to this spurious allegation by the Nigerian police force, whom I see as an extension of the APC political structure to ensure that Nigeria becomes a state ruled by dictators and a one-party state, the PDP spokesperson has come out to say that El-Rufai is only reaping what he has sown. In response to this situation, the Kaduna State chapter of the People's Democratic Party accused Governor Uba Sani, the puppet that was supposed to be that El-Rufai put there, of using security forces to target those who are seen as political rivals. Maria Dago, the state publicity secretary of the party, called the police action a clear case of political witch hunt aimed at those who do not support the governor. Although I do not want to react to it, let me tell you, El-Rufai is only reaping what he sowed, Dago said. He robbed us of our mandate during the 2023 governorship election and handed it over to Governor Uba Sani. Look closely at the composition of those invited by the police. They are mostly people who left the All Progressive Congress. That is the correct thing. This is witch hunt, plain and simple. The PDP spokesperson accused Governor Sani of using law enforcement to silence his political challengers. And this is sad. Like I said, Nigeria is sitting on the gunpowder, especially in the northern part, where any small thing can result into political violence, arsenal, looting, buying, and destruction of lives and property. So Tinubu needs to be careful. The way he's allowing these puppets, whom either he sent them or not, to disrupt political processes. Tinubu should not be too desperate to return. If you are good enough to return, let your work speak. Not that today APC governor Mondo Kwebelo that cannot even read figures from a budget that does not even have, that has F and D's in his Wike level will be telling Peter Obi, a distinguished person, not to come to Edo State. Edo State that we all have together, Edo State that belongs to us, that is not possible. This was why VDM came out all out on him, saying that you do not have the right to tell anybody not to come to Edo State. Edo State is not an APC state. Edo State is not a PDP state. Edo State is not a Labour Party state. Edo State is a state for everybody. So long as you are Nigerian, you can come into Edo State. So all these clowns who parade themselves as politicians, and these people also go out and they see the way democracy is run in other countries when they come here, because they know there is a high level of hunger, insecurity, poverty in the land. They take advantage of people and begin to allow things like this thrive. It's a pity. So Wike, the king of all deceivers, the man who never says and does, the man who is known to be a raging storm, a bulldozer without brakes. Now, he has been accused of playing spoiler game to ensure that PDP is not stable to bring Peter Obi Jonathan. This is coming from a political analyst known as Baba Yusuf, political strategist and group CEO of Global Investment and Trade Company. Baba Yusuf has accused the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, of playing a spoiler game to destabilize the People's Democratic Party ahead of the 2027 election. Yusuf made this known during an interview on Arise television primetime program on Friday. He alleged that Wike's strategy is to ensure that PDP remains unstable and find it difficult for former President Goodluck Jonathan or the Labour Party LP 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi to enter the party. According to Yusuf, the PDP had allowed Wike to get to this point. Exactly, he said, in my opening remarks, and I've said it consistently, even in the studio and many writings, it's what I call the linchpin strategy of Minister Wike. I am not mystifying Minister Wike, but speaking the obvious. The end game for Wike is to ensure that the PDP is not stable enough to bring a credible candidate, whether it is His Excellency Peter Obi or former President Goodluck Jonathan, and to ensure that this doesn't happen. All the way, you will see a spoiler game being played by Minister Wike and the PDP. Fortunately, unfortunately, I would rather say unfortunately, like Hausa will say, they have slept on their hands and they have allowed the cub to become a lion. They were supposed to ensure 4 or 5 years ago this did not happen to the structure to be held by Wike. So going forward, if you ask me, the two candidates are good candidates, and the assignment of Ms. Wike is to ensure that none of them emerges as PDP candidates, because indeed either of them will be a very formidable candidate to the APC. So this is the political cul-de-sac that PDP elders allow themselves to be boxed into. Further down the line, we'll talk about how you allow politics, funding of political parties, to be in the hand of an individual, to the extent that after a while you will not be able to have a voice. This is coming from Baba Yusuf, and it's very correct. They allow PDP to allow Wike to get to where Wike is. Wike played the G5 governors, that is Seyi Makinde and the other governors. Now Seyi Makinde is struggling to even hold PDP strong. Wike is now coming for him. They made it look like, yes, it was a southern agenda to bring a southern president, but now they've gotten a southern president. This guy has been nothing but a disaster, and PDP is now struggling, and Wike is destroying the party. Wike is saying he's in PDP, yet in Rivers State, after Fubara structure had taken effect, Wike came and allowed 20 of the 23 local governments to be taken by APC, so that he will be able to destabilize PDP further, and the governor Fubara. It's obvious that Fubara is not coming back because they want to remove him. This is sad. That Wike that looks like a fly, Wike that looks like somebody who is half asleep because he's always in a state of stupor, taking ogogoro, is the one that will now hold the country by his jugular, by ensuring that he kills the political party that has made him who he is today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I remain your boy Ernest Omosogbe Adebayo Okoje. Please remember to like, share, subscribe and comment. We would always be saying the truth as it is. It is a movement, according to Scott.